The man took sleeping pills and lay on the floor waiting to die, but his landlord found him. He jumped into a river, yet a rescue team was nearby and saved him again. He woke up in a hospital and saw an old man smoking beside him, which left him confused. A nurse rushed over, and that's when the man realized he himself was smoking. He noticed others couldn't see the old man. After jumping into the river, he'd gained the ability to see ghosts. He saw 4 ghosts in total. One was the smoking old man, the second an elderly man who loved alcohol, the third a child, and the fourth a crying woman. The ghosts noticed he could see them and wanted to use his body to feel alive again. He took the ghosts back to his place. First the old man possessed him, making him smoke over 400 cigarettes non-stop. Then the child took over and he ate snacks crazily. Later the elderly man possessed him and he drank more than 20 bottles of alcohol that night. He searched online for ways to kill himself, but the 4 ghosts watched him closely and stopped him every time he asked a spiritual master how to get rid of the ghosts. The master said ghosts can't be forced away. He had to fulfill their wishes and then they would leave on their own. He decided to complete each of their wishes. First the elderly man's wish was to return a camera, so he went to a camera shop and gave it to an old man with cancer. The ghost wanted him to help record the old man's final days, and with that the elderly ghost's wish was fulfilled. Next was the child's wish, which was to play all day. He took the child ghost to a cinema. They watched a movie and then ate 10 bowls of noodles together, satisfying the child's wish. The smoking ghost had been a taxi driver in his lifetime and his wish was to sit in his old taxi. They drove around on the road and the ghost wanted to smoke, but the man remembered smoking is bad for health, so he threw the cigarette out the window. Soon the police stopped them, asking for his driver's license, but he didn't have one. The police took him to the station where he said he was an orphan. After checking, the police let him go. Finally there was the woman's wish. She wanted to cook for her loved one but couldn't remember who that person was. He suggested she cook for him instead and she agreed. She made a lot of dishes that day. After eating, he told the ghosts their wishes were all done and they should leave now. The next morning all the ghosts were gone. He ate the rice balls the woman ghost had made. His co-worker asked why the rice balls used celery instead of the usual spinach. He replied, "My mom said celery is good for the heart," and then he froze. That woman ghost was his mother. He ran home and his memories came flooding back. The child ghost was his little brother who had protected him from danger. The smoking ghost was his father, a former taxi driver, and the elderly ghost was his grandfather. He remembered they'd taken his father's taxi for a trip but crashed into a truck. The car rolled off a cliff and everyone died except him. His mother had shielded him with her body, saving his life, but he'd lost his memory afterward. He ran back home but no one was there and he felt overwhelming sadness. He'd accidentally sent his own family away. Then his brother ghost appeared to comfort him, telling him not to cry. Soon his whole family of ghosts showed up one by one. His grandfather told him to stay healthy. His father said he would teach him to drive and promised there would be no more accidents. Finally his mother hugged him, overjoyed that he'd regained his memory. She held him and stroked his hair just like she did when he was a kid.